what it's like. We just thought we could test it on our microphone.
And then each
other. Good to go. Shirt on?
So if we need to, just walk around the back here.
Okay.
We're gonna keep quiet. So.
All right.
Let's have you doing that.
Is this recording? Great. We got that. Okay, let's get started. Hi everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today on the It Takes Grit podcast. I'm so fired up. We've got Jessica Caroll.
Yes.
Woo!
I love when you say my last name.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. Okay, so before you do anything, guys, make sure that you go and subscribe to the It Takes Grit podcast on iTunes and Spotify, because then you're going to get the episodes before and you're going to get loads of extra bonus features. So I'm going to hit record on this too, because there's like multitasking going on right now. Okay, so let's give this a go. Okay,
Cool.
So how you feeling, Jess?
I'm feeling fired up.
I'm feeling fired up. We just did a workout.
Yeah. Honestly, you always feel good after a workout.
You really do. Even
Right?
though it was 5 minutes abs, it was a 5-minute arm workout, I feel good.
I know. My abs are burning, my arms are burning.
Yeah.
Woo, I'm ready.
And now we have, something else in front of us that might be burning too. We don't know. Okay, so thanks for joining us on the It Takes Grit podcast. Welcome back, everybody. Today I am so fired up. You are my first guest. Oh my gosh, this is huge. So,
wow.
Yeah, this is my first guest. We've got Jessica Caroll.
Yes.
Should I just keep saying your last name?
Say it one more time.
Jessica Caroll. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel very special.
Yeah.
Like Jessica Caroll, like meh.
Yeah.
Or Jessica Caroll.
Okay, so if dating you, that's what we need to
Yeah.
do. We need to do like more of the last name.
Yeah.
So we call that a surname in England. So it's a little bit
surname,
confusing.
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we are actually interviewing the first guest on the It Takes Grit podcast,
Yes.
Jessica Caroll TV, because that's what your Instagram handle
Yeah.
is, and that's like when I say your name in my head, I'm like, it's Jessica Caroll TV.
It's like your friend Chris. Oh, Jessica Caroll TV?
Yeah.
It's like not just Jessica Caroll,
No.
Jessica Caroll TV.
Like that's your last
Yeah.
name is actually TV.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be talking all fun things today. You were actually a contestant on The Bachelor,
I
which
was.
I didn't even know about. So we got that to talk about.
Yeah.
We've got your new Christian Grey boyfriend,
Oh.
who I'm totally jealous of. So if my boyfriend's watching, then please just go and meet up with Jessica Caroll TV's boyfriend and get some tips, because he is Christian Greying the shit out of me right now, and I love it.
It's still new, so let's
Okay.
see how long it
Who
lasts.
knows?
but
By the time this comes out, it might not even be relevant
he's
anymore.
setting the standards high, so
Yes.
each date better keep going up.
Well, that's why my boyfriend said he set the standards so low,
Oh,
is
yeah.
so that he never had anything to, really adhere to.
Yeah.
But I want to first of all talk about how we know each other, because this is crazy.
Yeah.
So about a month ago, we saw each other again at Lori Harder's Bliss Project.
Yeah.
And we're hanging out with a group of people. I'm trying to be in the cool gang, right? Because I never feel like I'm in the cool gang. And you look at me and you go, I know you, I interviewed you, and we started talking.
Because I never forget a face.
You're
and like
so
I
good.
knew your name just because I follow you on social media, but I was like, I know you. Like I've interviewed you before. When, where, how, when was this? And then I was like, your dog was there. And then you had just posted a picture or something.
Yeah, so I created my dog's Instagram
Yeah.
like the day of that interview, which was 2013.
Right. I think I was actually still in school. I was working at this hosting, I was a host for an entertainment company, and I interviewed you on how you can work out at work. And you brought your dog, and it was like this big thing, and it was the first picture on your dog's Instagram.
Yes. So the first video, I'll have to try and we'll have to re-put it up. But the first video, which was the second post ever on Sir Alfie's Instagram, is me and you working out. Now you don't see your face, you see your legs. And so we're at this event, and she goes, "Yes, I interviewed you," and it all started coming back to me. I'm like, "Oh my God, you're in my dog's Instagram." It was you, and then I pulled it up. I scroll back 3 years. I'm like, hold on, I know it's you. And then I was like, it's gonna be so embarrassing if it's not you. And I scroll back, and then I showed you, and you're like, yes, that's my legs.
Yeah.
So we know each other for that long, but then reconnected at Lori Harder's Bliss Project. And now we are sitting here doing a podcast in here.
Yes, and you came and taught an awesome workout at my workshop. Thank you so much for doing that.
That was really fun, talking about your morning routine, which we are going to talk even more about.
Yep.
But first of all, The Bachelor.
Okay,
so...
The Bachelor. So my audition process for The Bachelor was very different. I was actually more casted for the show. So I found out like within a few weeks that I was going to be on it. And
you had just broken up with the guy.
I had just broken up with a guy, but I mean, it was not to go on The Bachelor.
It was nothing to do with The Bachelor.
And my ex and I are still really good friends. We just didn't really see a future together, and we had a great relationship. But yeah, so I broke up with him, and then I get this call, do you want to be on The Bachelor? Like,
how soon after you broke up with him?
It was a few months. So
okay.
It was, I would say about like five, 6 months. So it was definitely not planned at all. Get a call to go on The Bachelor, and I mean, it was like, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I watched The Bachelor, so I was like, and at first I was
it
like,
out of the blue that you got this?
Yeah, it was.
Were you surprised? Were you excited? Do you think it was real?
Well, so I got this call, and then I was kind of going back and forth, and I'm like, and you can't really tell anyone, so I was like, I have to at least tell like my mom, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my brother almost like ripped my head off. My brother and I came up with like a contract that I wouldn't drink too much. I would not take off any clothing. I would not jump in the pool with like white shorts or white pants or a white shirt. Like,
how old is your brother? Is he older or younger?
He's younger.
Okay, so my brother would be exactly the same because he wouldn't allow me to dance in the nightclubs. When we went out, he's like, Rebecca, you're being so embarrassing. Get down out of the cage.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm loving it.
Right? Oh yeah, so that's me. And my brother's a professional hockey player, so he's like, you're already the topic in the locker room. So like,
because they wanna do you.
Like, hey, Jess is in the stands. My brother's like, oh God.
Have you done anyone from the hockey team?
No, and I wouldn't. I mean, my brother would probably disown me as a sister.
Okay.
So I respect him.
Have you ever gone any close? Have you been on a date with any of them?
I have dated some hockey players, but no one on his team.
Okay, so
no one in his bubble.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna leave the little hockey
There's
world.
more people.
There's more people.
Okay, like The Bachelor.
Right. So I went on The Bachelor, and I was super excited, and I remember telling my mom, like, Mom, I'm pumped about this. I just hope one thing doesn't happen. And I hope that I just don't go home night one, because that would just destroy me. I'd be so embarrassed, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going, and, they do all these interviews before, and we figured out that Ari had met my dad.
So this The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
So which season is this?
Yeah, so The Bachelor was Ari.
Okay, and what
season? 22.
Guys, been going on for that long, 22?
22 seasons.
Wow. Okay, so Ari.
Yeah. So
okay.
Ari was The Bachelor, and we figured out that Ari had met my dad. So my dad collected vintage cars at this place called Bear Jackson in Scottsdale, Arizona. And Ari was a professional race car driver, and there was this picture of Ari and my dad when Ari was like hosting, and my mom, when Ari was hosting like a fashion show that my dad was at.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and so it was actually when I was talking to Ari on night one, he remembered meeting my dad.
Do you think he did?
I think he actually did, because he remembered things that like I didn't even know.
Okay, and had you seen there was a photo, right?
There was, but I didn't bring it with me. I didn't.
Okay, you didn't want.
I didn't.
Okay.
No. And so the real story is that my dad had since passed. So it was kind of cool that Ari met my dad, and then my dad was no longer there. And I'm like all about gratitude. So when I first met Ari, I gave him a gratitude rock. Because I was very thankful for the opportunity to meet him and just be on the show.
I still haven't got a gratitude rock either. I'm waiting for my rock and my card.
And your thank you card.
It's okay, so get really good friends with Jessica, and she will send you rocks in the mail.
I just send gifts, but they were like rocks and thank you cards.
Yeah, tell us about the rocks though. Okay, so this is something that your dad did.
Yeah, so my dad was like my person growing up. He was my cheerleader, and he would always go on these trips all around the world, and he would collect gratitude rocks. And they were just rocks.
And it's a rock. It's
an
a
actual rock,
but he would call it the gratitude
rock, because when he would pick it up, he would be thankful for his kids or his travel, whatever. So it would just be like a reminder of what you're grateful for.
Yep.
And he'd come back, and he would leave these random rocks like all over, like in my dance bag, like on my nightstand, like in my coffee cup, in my backpack. And at the time I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Like my room is full of rocks. But now they have like a deeper meaning because not only am I reminded of what I'm grateful for, but it's also a reminder of my dad.
Yeah.
And he's no longer here. So I've kind of kept the tradition alive. And I send out these gratitude rocks just randomly to people. So you might find one, laying around on your desk.
Like, why does my bag feel so heavy today? Oh, I've got like a giant boulder there. I'm super grateful for this boulder.
Yeah. And then
you should start getting giant ones delivered to people's houses.
like here,
like a huge thing that they can't even move. Like, I love you so much that
and here's a boulder.
And here's a boulder.
Yeah.
And just deliver it in their front yard and just sign it. Jess Caroll TV.
Just say yes. Love Jess.
Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, and then it kind of carried on. So the thank you cards that she's talking about is every month I buy a box of thank you cards. So there's showing about 12. And by the end of the month, I will have handwritten and delivered 12 thank you cards.
Yes, and we're actually going to custom make these 12 cards so that they're going to come out with your designs on them.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
She's always thinking.
I'm always like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you bring a gratitude rock. Now, where did you find this particular rock that you wanted to give to the Bachelor?
The particular rock I gave the Bachelor, it was a rose quartz crystal kind of rock.
Oh, okay, you went up.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't
like a rock that you
just
found.
found.
No.
Right, okay.
I actually handpicked this one.
Where did you get it from? Was it a specific shop?
It was just a rock shop.
Okay.
But
I don't know if these rock shops are. If it's a rock shop, what is a rock shop? Like a crystal?
Like crystals.
Okay.
I'm not into the whole crystal things, but I went into this rock crystal shop.
Yep.
And I found rose quartz because it signifies unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
So self-love and love for others. And so I gave him this rock, and it was pretty cool. But
okay, so I want to know because it seemed when we watched it that you were trying to say, oh, have a rock for my hand.
Yeah.
But that wasn't your intention. It
No.
was way more about being a gratitude
It
rock.
was all about the gratitude rock, and of course, producers and editors can switch up the storyline however they want. So when it actually aired, it sounded like here's a rock, you're my rock, my dad was my rock, and I'm looking for a new rock, a ring, which is not the case. That was like the last thing even on my mind. So the fact that I don't know how they spun it, but it was.
Right, but they did.
They did.
Okay, so we go in the house.
We go in the house, and of course, I'm like a very upbeat, like happy person, and they really wanted me to mention my dad because they thought Ari would really like that connection, and so I did. And of course, every time I bring up my dad, I get emotional. And I really talked about my dad and Ari. I feel like Ari and I had a pretty good connection.
Yeah.
We talked for about 15, 20 minutes.
And you'd never met him before?
No.
Only your dad had met him?
Only my dad. And it's actually funny because mid-conversation, I was freezing that night. And Ari, just the gentleman he is, he took off his jacket and kind of draped it around my shoulders.
Oh.
Well, it interfered with the mic. So mid-conversation, the producer was like, cut! Redo, and we had to redo our conversation without the jacket on.
And as you're like,
I know, so I'm freezing. I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm numb. My lips are
nipples
blue.
out.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
yeah. Could have broke glass with those nipples. Yeah. Anyway, so we talked for about 15 minutes, and then it got down to rose ceremony, and there was 30 gorgeous girls, and I thought, oh, there's some girls in this room who didn't even have a chance to talk to Ari.
Wow.
I got this. I was pretty confident.
Yeah.
We connected. He knows my dad. I cried in front of him. I got this. And it literally came down to the last rose. And myself and one girl, we were kind of holding hands. And the girl who I was holding hands with for the last rose walked down and got the last rose.
Oh, but were you grabbing hold of her hand hey, come back here, bitch.
I know. I was like, that's my rose.
That's my rose, girl. Out the way, he's saying my name. What is it in what movie where he thinks he's won the award and he just goes up there and oh, you know
what is it?
What movie is that in? Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. He's oh, I think it's the race car thing, and he thinks he's winning the prize.
Oh.
And he's at a big dinner, and he I think he's drunk, and he goes up and he wins the award, and
it's not. Oh gosh.
Can you imagine? Have anyone ever done that in The Bachelor?
I don't know, but I should have.
Their name. That
would have been
hilarious.
really good TV.
That would have been
really good.
Okay.
So then.
What was your initial reaction?
Oh, I honestly wanted to just run and hide. Like I was so, I mean, the one thing I told my mom that I was scared that would happen happened to me, and I was just like almost in disbelief. Like I just felt so broken, and at that time I was pissed. I was pissed, especially because I wanted to go in and just be like this happy, girl, and I really opened up, and I cried, and I talked about my father who passed, and for me to just kind of get cut right then and there, it was just like, what happened? And I'm not gonna lie, at the moment, it's like all these negative thoughts are going through my head, like I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, like to see 22 other girls get a rose but you.
Yeah, you're like, why me? Like, what's wrong with me?
And then I'm like, maybe I was, I don't know. So I was just like, all these negative things are going through my head, and after I left, you have interviews after, and they kept asking questions about my dad, and I'm already feeling broken, I'm already feeling low, I'm already emotional, I just like wanted to run and hide. And I was that girl who like literally cried on ugly television, like snorting, like mascara dripping down my face, like just landing on my everywhere. Like the gown that I picked out.
And they zoomed in on the mascara on your dress.
I know. I was like, "Are you for real right now? Like, I'm already with a broken heart. Like, you keep dabbing me." So.
Did you feel something for Ari too?
He is. I mean, of course, I had like 15 minutes.
Right, of course, but like, what was your initial?
Initially, I was like, he's this great guy. Like, he offered his jacket. He seemed sweet. He was really listening and connecting, and I love, like, he has a really close relationship with his family, and family is like one of my core values. So, I thought that we did have a connection, but it is what it is. And looking back, I learned so much about myself.
Really, what would you think the biggest takeaway from that experience was?
Is that in life, everything does happen for a reason, and you will never be dealt anything in your life that you can't handle. And like, I think that it wasn't so much The Bachelor. It was just more of, it brought up, like my lowest point in my life was when I lost my dad. And my second lowest point was after The Bachelor, just because I almost felt like they kind of manipulated my dead father's story. And it's just something that I never wanted to happen.
You're like, wow, how could they do this? Like, what kind of person is on the other end of this camera to be like, we're going to use this? And that's okay.
Right.
Because it's not.
Right. But the best part is, because I did open up and I was very vulnerable and raw on camera, when I got to connect to so many people who have either lost someone or are losing someone, and I literally, before I go to bed, I try to respond to every single DM, because I was like, you know what, I might have not made it on The Bachelor, but it was some kind of platform to connect and try to help people.
Well, the thing is if they didn't give you that airtime, if you didn't really open up about your dad, then you wouldn't have had this platform.
Right.
So everything does happen for you, and whatever their intentions were, you have to take it as if they were serving you.
Yeah.
Like, whether like it was like for them to get the TV show that they wanted, like, whatever, screw it. It enabled you to have a platform. It's the same as with the YouTube channel I was on. They were just doing it for one reason. They wanted to make money. They didn't want to make a community.
Right.
Well, I could be annoyed at them. I could be like, right, you actually gave me the platform to be able to do what I want to do next.
And that's exactly what...
You have to think like that. That's so smart.
8 girls left that night with me, and...
How did they feel? Were they like, was any of them like so mad?
Oh, we were mad, we were angry, we were cold, like you're up literally like almost like to the point now like 48 hours. Because you're up all day and then you're up all night, and
why all night? Because of
filming, like Ari has to have time to, and so literally when you see the rose ceremony during sunrise, it really is sunrise.
You must guys be exhausted.
Oh, we're exhausted.
Are you drinking?
And so honestly, I didn't even drink that much because I was like, I'm gonna freaking fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then of course, now you're just overexhausted, and then they're doing interviews.
Do they feed you?
Yeah, there's food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good food? What kind of food do you get?
Just like little snack stuff.
Some almonds.
But the best part of the whole thing was that I really connected with these 8 girls on the bus, and we actually started a group called the Rosé Girls. And for about a year, we would just kind of talk about rejection.
Yes. And
how to overcome it, and how, having a strong community is so important, and that we all deal with chaos and challenge and catastrophe, and we all fall in life, but it's really how high you bounce back that matters. And sometimes you have to hit that rock bottom to learn, grow, and it's once you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you see change.
Totally. And so, where you're at right now, you're currently homeless. Well, you're not really homeless.
I know.
You're
Yeah.
just in transition.
I'm
Right?
in transition, so I am still staying in Los Angeles, but it's kind of...
What happened? Because when I met you at Lori's event, you were like, I'm moving out of this place, like something happened, I need to go. And I was like, I want to pry on like what's going on, but like how did that happen?
Well, I was, living in this gorgeous house, and then I knew it was on the market, but it just kind of sold faster than expected.
And you were renting a place?
It's kind of a long story, but
okay.
I was in this amazing place, and then I have moved every single year since college, so I don't want to just sign another lease. Like, I want it to be the right place, so I'm being pretty picky, and that's why, like, I'm kind of homeless right now, because I want to find that place where I walk in and I just, like, get those vibes.
Yep.
And I'm trying to decide if I need a roommate or not, so I guess I'm just being picky.
So that house just got sold real quick, and you had to move out. Were you living by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, and so for the last, like, how long have you been living in a couple of different places?
Well, like almost a month.
How does that feel?
I think everyone should experience homelessness at one point in their life. Because you realize, like, who your true friends are. And, like, once again, going back to that tribe, like, people have offered couches, their cars, their beds when they go on vacation. And it's kind of fun. I feel like I'm back in college. Like, dorm, like, back to the dorm life. Like, hey, slumber party.
Yeah. Who wants me to come over?
Yeah, but it's kind of fun. And so...
So if anybody has a room out there and she's looking...
Or if you have a really good, comfy couch.
Yes.
Hey,
Jessica Caroll TV will take you up.
I'm up for grabs. I got Tuesday night, Wednesday night.
Yeah, like, I will send you my Google Calendar so that you can just check in when you would like me to stay.
Right.
You're available for travel too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, love to travel.
Perfect. So talking about travel is that I want to know about this new guy that you've been dating. Because as you were describing it, I'm like, is this like Christian Grey without the dungeon? Because, like, he seems phenomenal. And another girl was trying to set you up with somebody else who also seemed like that was great. I was like, I'll take the seconds. Like, is this guy got any friends? So, you have just recently met a guy.
Yes, very recent, like within my homeless month.
Okay. So, you can still get laid.
Yeah, if you're homeless. Yeah. So,
it can happen.
Yeah, and he'll just, like, I'm traveling a lot right now, kind of going from couch to couch, city to city, and he just is kind of following me around. So, it's just working out.
So, your second date. Tell us about your second date.
Our first date was in LA. Second date was I went to Arizona for my grandfather's 80th birthday and to kind of just live with my mom for a week. So I'm like, hey, like, I know we had a really good date. If you want to keep this going, I'm more than happy to invite you to Grandpa's 80th birthday. You can join us. You can meet the whole family. Date number 2. He did.
Okay.
He got on an airplane and he joined me in Arizona and he sat down at dinner with Mom, the 3 dogs, Grandpa, Grandma, uncle, cousins, and
the whole thing. So every time he's been following you around.
Confident dude.
And so you were single for how long? Have you been?
So I dated my previous boyfriend for like 3.5 years, and then I've been single for almost 2 years.
Right. Have you been going on many dates?
I've been dating, but nothing serious.
How do you find people? Are you on apps? What are you doing?
I just have Hinge.
Okay, so you've been using Hinge.
So I've been using Hinge, but mainly through mutual friends.
Did you go on any dates on Hinge?
He was my first Hinge date.
Oh, he was a Hinge date. So there are guys like that on Hinge.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
is that a swipe thing too?
Well, I've always like kind of poo-pooed the dating apps because I think that dating apps are kind of ruining dating. I think that people now go out not to meet people in person because they know they can just go home and swipe.
Be in your pajamas. It is more time efficient.
But the reason why I said yes to going on a date with him is because we talked on the phone, we FaceTimed. He was like a real person.
Yes.
And I'm really glad I did. So, but okay, going back to the dinner.
Yes.
So he asks a very legit question to my mom and says, hey,
this is great.
Can you tell me something about your daughter that I just wouldn't know?
Yeah, and this is date 2.
Date 2.
Let's just be sure. This is like date 2. Mom is a little bit tipsy,
Mom
right?
had like 1.5 drinks, which for her is like, she's buzzing.
Yeah, for my mom too, I'm like, she grabs hold the glass, I'm like, that is enough.
Yeah.
Like, we'll take that away.
Yeah.
So mom's a little bit buzzing.
And mom goes, oh man, keep her away from the quinoa. I'm like, you did not. Don't even go down that path, Mom. Like, what? Wait. And Jake, or this guy goes, why does it make her fart? And Mom goes, oh, silent but deadly. She will clear out a spin cycle class. I'm like, oh my God. And then my mom, she's now buzzing. So she actually stands up at the dinner table and she goes, yeah, you know in Soul Cycle when they go, tap back. Tap back. My mom goes, it's just his opportunity to, and fart. I'm like, oh my God, no.
How far away are you from this conversation?
Oh, so like, he's in the middle, and then my mom's like just across one person over. So like.
Oh my goodness. So like, you can see the whole thing going on.
Oh yeah. I'm like, but hey, he didn't run.
No.
And it just made
And you've stayed off the quinoa.
And I'm like, and now it's an ongoing joke. Actually, later that night, we went out for a few drinks, and someone farted at the bar, and he looked at me, and I was like,
It was not
me. There was no quinoa in my salad. Nope, not me. But now it's like an ongoing joke. Where when we go out for dinner, he's like, just make sure there's no quinoa.
That's hilarious.
So,
okay, so biggest thing to stay away from is quinoa from you.
Yeah, quinoa.
And in terms of dating, like, what do you feel is like an appropriate time to like make out with somebody? To like, do you go the whole way? Do you like testing people out? Like, what's your theory on that? Do you want to wait till marriage? Like, where's your thoughts?
I'm like the worst when it comes to like games or even like when to know what to do, whatever, because I just like, it's like a gut reaction. Like, I just have to listen to my gut, and I can't get in my mind. For example, so after the Arizona trip with him, he then invited me to come to this wedding with him in New Orleans.
Wow, this is like, so we've got first date, we've got family, and then we got wedding.
So
when
now
is your wedding?
So now this is date number 3. It's in New Orleans, which is like a 4-hour flight away.
Yeah.
And like in my head, I was like, Jess, like play hard to get. You're so busy. Like
keep it closed.
Yeah, I'm like, no, just say no. And everyone was telling me to say no.
Okay.
But I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like I live once. I know myself. Like, and I definitely keep my legs closed. And I told him, I was like, just so you know, like I like to take things slow. He's very respectful that way. And so I was like, screw it. I got on the airplane, I went, and I'm so glad I did.
I thought you were going to say I got on the airplane and we did it in the bathroom. Like, I'm not
Mile High
waiting.
Club, baby.
Yeah, I'm not waiting I'm not even waiting till we get to New Orleans. Like, it's happening. Was it good?
It was the trip? No, we did not have the Mile High Club. No, I'm not part of that yet. No.
Yet.
Yeah.
So that's when the first time was?
No.
Oh, no, not New Orleans. Okay,
No.
So we're holding out.
We are.
So you didn't say screw it, I'm gonna do it.
I went, but I kept my legs closed.
Okay, and you still kept your legs closed to this day.
Yep.
Good girl.
So if that is one piece of advice is, I don't think like you if you want to respond to the text message, respond. If you want to go on multiple dates, like just do that. But to keep yourself and even health reasons, I definitely say hold off on the sex.
Yep. How long are you gonna hold off for?
I mean, there's no number I put it to, but I just think and it's important to like have that talk about how like, you know, have you been tested? Are you clean? Like it's an awkward conversation. No one wants to bring it up, but it's something that needs to be said.
Right. So for the listeners, like that's a great question, like great thing to bring up. Like how do you tell a guy, I want to wait, I want to make sure that like you've been tested and that you're clean, like because some guys I've been in a situation where I've been like dating a guy and I've had sex with him and I go like there's one night when I don't like I'm just like I'm not in the mood.
Yeah.
And he goes to me, well, you've got me all worked up now, and was like annoyed at me, and to the point where he got his clothes, he put them back on and he stormed off.
No way.
He stormed out of my house. And for a second, I felt so guilty because I was like, oh, I like got him worked up. Because, you know, guys just tend to get more aroused than girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like, I felt so bad that like I hadn't given him what he wanted, and then I was like, oh my goodness, I dodged a bullet. One big thing that you are a huge fan of is the morning routine.
Yes.
And I feel like it's such the in thing right now, like get your fired up morning routine.
Yeah.
But you have a really different approach on this, and I'm really excited to share with the listeners like what it is that you do. So tell me about this little bug. Like he's like, oh, I want to do this morning routine.
I want to hear about your morning routine.
Yeah.
So when I was down in the dumps after Dad passed, and then again on The Bachelor, I did a lot of research, and I wanted to figure out like what was the secret, one of the secrets to happy people, and what is the secret to successful people. And so the one secret to happy people is they have a healthy childhood spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the secret to successful people is they have a solid morning routine. So I wanted to create something every morning that would keep my childhood spirit alive and be a solid morning routine. So I created, because I'm all about living a value-based life, so I created a value morning. And it's an acronym, it's a 5-step process. So every letter in the word value represents a different step. So V is visualize. The law of attraction is real, and so wake up every morning and just visualize your perfect day. And then I want you to write down your intention for the day. So I always say, like, finish the sentence. My heart is open to blank today.
Right.
Just to kind of set like a big umbrella for the day. And then I want you to just write down your 3 to-dos. So if you just accomplish those 3 things, you're winning for that day.
Because sometimes you have this whole list of things to do and then you don't accomplish it. And then you feel like you failed. But put 3 things that really need to happen, prioritize that day, tick them off.
Yes, and productivity experts say 3. Because if you just focus on 3, you will make those 3 the most important things. So just 3. So that's V for visualize. Then A is for action. So now I'm like, this is when you create a plan of action to accomplish your 3 things.
Yep.
And I am a huge believer in like literally scheduling out my day to the T. So like, I wake up 7 a.m. I work out, 7 to 8. I'm ready 8 to 9. Then 9 is like when I start my day. I'm working by 9 latest. And then I always say set end points, because if you're just going and you're jamming, you might screw up the rest of your day. So set end points, literally plan out your day, and I always say try to focus on 3 things: your focus time, your rest time, and your play time.
Okay.
Because of course, we want to ignite that childhood spirit, and that little girl inside you loves to play. So like for me, I always focus from like 9 to 2. And then I normally get tired like around 4, so I'll either like go for a walk or meditate or whatever. And then my evenings are like my playtime when I socialize or whatever. Or sometimes my workout will be my playtime.
Be your playtime, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
So are you doing this every day? Is there days where you fall off and you're like,
oh yeah,
my God, like I do that too. I'm like on a roll, and then like for some reason like a week goes by, I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that's okay, guys. It's okay to fall off.
Right. Oh yeah, and if you fall off, you can get back up. But this is like the ideal day, okay? And then L is for love, so self-love. So write down 1 thing you're grateful for, and then I'm all about expressing love to 1 special person a day. I encourage everyone to send 1 voice message a day. It kind of brings your text message alive. If you don't have time for a full phone call, just send them a quick voicemail. Hey, thinking about you, super grateful for you. Make it a great day.
Love it. That's such a special thing to do, and like it takes confidence sometimes to doing that, because you're like, oh, does this person really want to like hear from me? Are they thinking that I want something? And it's like, if you come from a place of being like just sharing love, and you'll make someone's day.
Yeah.
Like when you get a voice note from someone to say like, hey, like just wishing you it could be so simple.
So simple.
Wishing you a great day. I'm fired up for you. Thanks for being a great friend.
Right.
Boom.
Totally.
Like that can change someone's day.
And we can live in a very selfish life, and so just doing that little thing in the morning, it gets your mind thinking about others.
Yeah.
And then U is to unplug. So I try to just put all technology down and just really plug into myself, whether that's just taking my dogs without my phone for a quick walk, or just literally sipping I don't drink coffee in the morning, so just sipping my hot water and lemon and just taking a moment. And I think if you really just take a quick moment, I mean, it's like 1-2 minutes, then when you, instead of reacting, you're going to respond.
Yes.
And I actually, in my course, I really dive into the difference between reaction and response. And I think it all stems with being grounded within. So unplug, and then the last E is for exercise. This is my non-negotiable. Even if you can't do any of the steps, I am a total believer, move your body every single morning.
Yep.
Whether it's just wake up and just doing a big stretch, or a quick walk around the block, or a HIIT workout, or just like a quick stretch session, just somehow move your body.
It's totally true, because like you can feel like worked up and stressed, and then when you just go out and you like pick something up really heavy and put it down, or you do an arm workout, or you just stretch, it's just going to release a lot of that tension, and it's going to really help with that reaction.
Right.
Instead of reacting, you're more calm and you're going to respond so much better.
Totally.
That's so awesome. I love it. And so you actually have an amazing program that is about to launch.
Yes, it's called the Yes Life program, and it's all. I give you all the tools, and I help you walk you through how to get to your yes life. So if you feel like I'm stuck at work, or I'm stuck in this relationship, or I'm stuck in this apartment that just doesn't fill me up. I want you to get to your yes life, and I provide you all the tools. We establish your core values, what your morning routine should be, and especially with the morning routine, like if you're someone that you wake up and you have to be at your office at 8, well, you can't do all those things. So maybe you need to plan your day the night before, or work out in the evening. So I really walk you through all those steps to get to your yes life.
That's so awesome. And how can they find you on social media?
You guys can find me at Just Caroll TV.
Yes, if we haven't said it enough, just so you know, that's an easy plug to do.
Yeah.
That's just your full name, Just Caroll TV.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today on the It
you.
Takes Grit podcast. That was so fun.
Yes.
I enjoyed it, and make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. You subscribe to all the It Takes Grit podcasts on Instagram. It's at It Takes Grit, and we will see you next week for another episode.